Hey everyone, welcome to Rogue Ramen. We got the Chief Meteorologist at
NewsWatch 12.
NewsWatch 12, Matt Hoffman here with us tonight. We're gonna eat some ramen, chat it up. Matt, how's it going, bud?
It's going good. Thanks for having me. This is fun.
Man. You ever had this kind of ramen, or you a ramen aficionado?
Kind of the awful college version, I remember.
Okay.
Just like that. So this is elevated a little bit.
This is
that.
like exquisite.
This looks amazing.
Beautiful,
it really does.
Piece of art right here.
Yeah, art. That's a good word for it.
Yeah.
I can't use chopsticks.
You're
so
a fork
I'm
dude.
The
That's
lame
all right.
guy doing the fork.
You can be a fork guy. Yeah. So what I would recommend is maybe even if you like lime.
Okay. No, I do like
squeeze
lime.
that over there.
Come on, citrus.
Even though there'll be some seeds in there, but that's all right. Eat around those.
That's fine.
Yeah, you know, we're not picky
Fiber,
around
I'm
here.
sure.
You can kind of get dirty and
Yeah.
but yeah.
This looks so good. And it
So-
smells amazing.
So what I was taught by the man himself, Phoenix Sigalov, the guy we love so much, is to kind of taste the broth, kind of get the essence of what you're going to get diving into.
Okay.
Yeah.
It's a science.
Yeah.
Oh, that's really good.
Yeah, that's good.
Wow.
So you're not really originally from here, right?
No, I'm originally from Minnesota.
Okay.
I'm from the Twin Cities.
Nice.
So I grew up there and I went to Iowa State for college. So kind of stuck close to home.
Right on.
Boring state though, a lot of corn.
Yeah, a lot of corn. Huh?
But it was fun.
When you're a kid and you're thinking about, the weather or, whether or not to be a weatherman. I mean, all these little things, what started your journey into becoming the chief meteorologist?
I think we started learning about the weather in second grade. I distinctly remember that, and I had a teacher at the time that I really liked, and I just was super interested when we got into the weather unit, and I think she could kind of tell that like I was interested in it, and so I just started asking for books for Christmas and reading all about the weather.
And how old were you?
Second grade,
so like
probably
7 or 8?
Yeah, something like that. Yeah.
Wow.
And then I'd watch the Weather Channel, I'd watch local news, and so I was interested in the weather. I'd sit out and watch storms and learn more about the weather. And then when I saw people on the news doing it, on the Weather Channel, on local news, I was like, that seems cool. That looks really fun. So middle school, did like a shadow day with one of the meteorologists. And I was like, I love it.
That's
I love
sweet.
it. And then still want to do it. And everyone knew, all my friends, and, I got this, they gave away like scholarship senior year, and like most people got like a little scholarship, like a little bit of money. And like at the ceremony thing, the guy's like, oh, this will be the next Dave Dahl. Here he is, Matt Hoffman. And like Dave Dahl was like a meteorologist from Media. Yeah, he'd been there for he just retired a few years ago.
Oh, that's cool.
He was in the cities for 40 years.
Wow.
And Twins, I'll probably say the cities if I'm referring to the Twins. Yeah, because that's what we just call it.
Did you maybe take some of his personality or something he said, or is there anything was there a meteorologist that inspired you? Is that him?
No, I was always watching. He's great. I watched him, Paul Douglas back in the day, and I had to give a best man speech with Paul in the room. That was pretty difficult. But the one I watched growing up was kind of Ken Barlow. We were KARE 11 fans at the Hoffman household. So he was kind of the guy like I kind of wanted to be like. But
very cool.
Yeah, so then it just all kind of worked out. I survived physics and calc and all that crap.
A lot of math that goes into it, huh?
A lot of math.
Yeah.
Like I think when I went to Iowa State, and it's a big engineering school, and we took many of the same classes when it came to physics and calc that the engineers did. And they made, I think it was Calc 2 and Physics 1. They made them like super hard. just to try to weed out the engineers.
Okay,
So like
yeah.
it was a struggle to get through. It's like, God, we're suffering because of engineers, but yeah. It was a lot. But then you get into like later on in college, you get into, you know, physics and calc that are weather based, and that's like a lot more interesting than just classic stuff.
Well, I think it's really fascinating is that you knew you wanted to be a weatherman. So I mean,
Yeah.
you know, like when you were a kid and they ask you, you know, what do you want to be when you grow up? You know, you can pick a couple things or whatnot.
I would say a meteorologist, weatherman. My dad runs a painting and wallpapering company, so he got these like maps of the U.S. and he kind of put it on like this like board of wood and then like laminated it, so I could take wet erase markers and I draw my fronts and my lows and like put on.
Yeah.
It was an adorable kid.
Hey man, when you know, you know. That's pretty cool.
Yeah,
like
so I'd give him forecasts for the next day at work and all that. Yeah, I just knew. And I kind of feel like I was fortunate that I knew what I wanted to do. And
so, what brought you to Oregon specifically? Right here?
Well, my last place station I was at was in Green Bay. Just kind of got sick of the Packers and had to leave.
Really?
No, I'm kidding. No, jokes.
Hey, no.
No, I
can understand that. I'm a Raiders fan, so I get it.
Oh.
Yeah. And you're a
Vikings fan.
Okay,
Vikings.
yeah.
So that made it.
Okay.
I love.
They didn't kick you out of there, is what you're saying. You just got sick of.
No. It was time to leave the station I was at, and I got to light the Packers Christmas tree one year though.
Did
I wore
you?
a Viking shirt underneath my.
No.
So little do they know.
Okay.
Now it's been outed, but yeah.
The Viking superhero underneath
I sure did.
Suit. That's
you
funny.
let a Vikings fan
I
light
will
your
absolutely.
Christmas tree.
Yeah, I like that.
But
that's gonna go down in something. Yeah,
I'm
I like
sure,
that.
Yeah,
They're
gonna riot.
You're like, no, I'm not putting the cheese head. The hair is too cool. You can't. Put, you know, right?
No, I couldn't do that.
Yeah.
I couldn't bring myself to do that.
Yeah.
I bought like a Packers shirt though, at least to like blend in.
And you left the receipt on it like a true Vikings fan.
Yeah.
Returned it afterwards.
That's what. Exactly.
Okay.
Exactly.
All right. Let's go with that.
No, it was. I don't know. I love Green Bay though. It was a cool city. It kind of reminds me a bit of Medford in here. Kind of just a little bit bigger, but it was a cool area.
I've heard nice people.
Yeah,
that's what I've heard, and
really
that's what
nice
around
people.
here. There's a lot of nice people.
Yeah,
you know what I mean. So
oh, for sure. No, it's been really great here.
That makes it easy
people.
to live somewhere. Yeah,
very much so.
Definitely.
But no, I was just kind of it was time to start looking again, and there was a Facebook post on one of the meteorologist groups I'm a part of, and there was like, hey, they're looking for a chief up here in Medford, and I was just like. I'd taken some trips to Colorado, and I thought mountains were so cool, and it's like, if I were to leave the Midwest, I think I'd love to go out west. And I was a big fan of the show Grimm in the early 2010s.
Yeah.
So, and it was based in Portland, and I just like, God, Oregon looks really amazing because they shot it in Portland. So
surrounding area. And you know what, Oregon looks as beautiful almost all the way up, up and down. The eastern Oregon's different, but around here, it's like beauty.
It's amazing. And being able to like over the years travel around here, it's amazing. Yeah. So I applied and things moved really quickly. They flew me out here and
sweet.
It all worked out, and at that point I was like, oh, I didn't know if I really necessarily was like, oh, a chief job. And I was like, am I ready for this?
Were you nervous?
I mean, because it was like, okay, Matthew, you're growing up.
I saw you on the news, and before we were even told you were going to do this interview, and I was like, man, this guy's hair is perfect. How does he do it? Of course, I'm jealous. You know what I mean? But yeah,
you're kind. Some people don't like it though.
You've gotten complaints about your hair?
I got a letter.
What?
This was a couple months ago. A nice letter from someone. No return address, no name, no nothing.
What?
And it was
the mystery letter man is out there.
Yes.
All right? Don't be sending us letters because we will not open them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it was a picture of like one of the trolls from Trolls.
Oh.
And they were like, oh, your hair looks ridiculous, blah 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 blah.
Who
blah,
has
blah,
time
blah,
to do
blah, blah.
this?
And you know, I think like if they could have saw my hair like 10 years ago and like the journey I've taken to actually have somewhat decent hair, I always get I get a little nervous now if I get mail. And there was a couple weeks ago, our secretary came and like, oh, you got mail. I'm like, oh, here we go, God.
Yeah.
And it was a nice like thank you letter.
Oh, cool.
You know, like
there we go.
You do a good job and blah 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 blah. I'm like, well, that's really nice. So
yeah.
I found like when people come up to me, just like oot in the boots, like you know they're Minnesota.
Boots.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, the Minnesota phrase. But like everyone's always really nice.
Yeah.
And I mean, there's always going to be people that like you know they don't like you or they're not happy or with you, or you know maybe they're just having a bad day and they're gonna take it out on you. I don't know, but everyone I've like met in person or who's recognized me, like you know, they're always really nice. So that's always good.
What do you get like at the Fred Meyer's or whatever? Hey, dude, you're the weatherman.
Yeah, there is. Yeah, and I always feel weird because like sometimes you'll notice like someone's like. They're looking at you and they're trying to figure out where they know you from, and you can see I'm looking at them like do that process in their head, but then also I'm like I don't want to make it sound like oh you must have recognized me, blah, you know, because that sounds stupid. That sounds crazy. Yeah. So I don't know. It's always kind of that whole thing is funny. It's like just say it, or you know.
Do you ever start like just pointing up in the sky and like doing this, you know, for them or something?
No,
no.
You might try that. A lot of people will ask weather questions, or they'll ask like. So, and I don't mind, like, hey, it's my job.
Yeah.
You know, ask me a weather question. No, everyone's always really nice.
Hey, man,
that's nice. It's a nice area.
If you see Matt Hoffman out in the wild, you can go up to him and ask him what it's going to be like next week, or if the mountain's going to get snow. I mean, these are common questions.
Yes.
It's good to ask.
I know. Yeah.
Cool.
Just go ahead,
man.
Go ahead. Fire away.
I like it. So you have an accent. You have this Wisconsin accent, right?
Yeah. You can hear it when, you know, they issue those, like, red flag warnings. And... no one, I've never had a viewer comment or email anything about how I say flag, because, you know, it's like the, you know, flag and not the flag, you know, so no one's ever caught that one, but I don't know. See, now the O's are going to come out, but yeah, I don't know. I think maybe it's mellowed out a bit since I moved out here.
Oh, it hasn't. We like it though. It's real. We like it. Have you ever had the urge to just, you know, break up the monotony of like a hot summer and throw like a snowflake or something on the, you know, whoa, hey, look what's coming in, y'all.
Oh, like on April Fool's I can do that.
Okay, I do so one day a year then.
I do like doing like references on there's from Miss Congeniality. There's
Sandra Bullock.
The perfect date. Okay. On April 25th, it's not too hot, not too cold. You just need a light jacket. Okay. So I'll kind of work that into my forecast. In there. Or if I'm doing like a forecast for like a musical artist, like trying to get lyrics or like song titles into the forecast.
Yeah. So I have to ask you, man.
Yes.
What do you know about this new UFO phenomena that's been kind of circulating in the news feed and whatnot?
We have seen there a few weeks ago. We saw like on one of we have a very expansive weather cam network, which is lovely. But one of the weather cams, I think it was on our Medford cam. It was just this like bright light that, or one of our directors came and talked about it, and he's like it was just hanging there, and then it like moved. Whoa. Which who knows? I don't know. I saw like a little bit of it. It was weird.
Okay.
But I don't know.
Okay, so you're saying
now everybody has everybody has a drone, so it could have been that.
Okay, well you're saying there's UFOs in Medford, basically.
Breaking news.
Okay, breaking news, y'all. UFOs have been spotted last week by Matt Hoffman.
I'm gonna get in trouble for that.
No, we can cut. We can cut.
No, you're okay.
Any of that, but yeah, we're gonna go with that one.
That's
sure.
fair.
We're gonna go with that take, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. You have a great sense of humor. It was great chopping it up with you.
Nice
thanks,
to talk
Matt.
to you.
It was good
Thanks.
coming in, and thanks for enjoying some ramen with me, man.
Thank you for having me. This was delicious.
Everybody, thank you for watching. It's been Rogue Ramen. Matt Hoffman, my guest, the weatherman. Make sure you check him out. Channel 12 KDRV. Matt Hoffman, right on.
Yeah.